Yeah, y'all gonna stop coming in my live talking about this Victor dude, bro. We hooping this year. Y'all gonna see.
Alright team, today we have some big news. Now if my voice sounds a little off, I am feeling under the weather today, but we still got to get the bangers up for y'all. Now if y'all been on Twitter at all for the past 2 days or whatever, whenever this news came out, you have seen that De'Aaron Fox has informally requested a trade. I say informally because he did not go up to the front office and say trade me, but he has not signed his extension, and his agent Rich Paul informed the Kings that he would prefer to be traded. And he actually prefers to come to the San Antonio Spurs. Yes, I know we got another big time player wanting to come to the Spurs. First it was Rob Dillingham, then it was Trae Young, then now it's De'Aaron Fox. So it's becoming a trend that players are wanting to come to San Antonio to team up with Victor Wembanyama. And we have mentioned that a couple of times here on the channel, that the Spurs are just cool nowadays and they got to accept it. Now if you clicked on this video expecting a mock trade, there is not going to be one, but I am going to make a case for why the Spurs should trade for De'Aaron Fox. This situation is a tricky one because I've been thinking about it a lot. Like, who are the Spurs going to give up? What are they willing to give up? I've seen some mock trades on Twitter, but I can't figure out what the Spurs are thinking. I don't even have a real idea of what this trade would look like. Are the Spurs looking to give up Castle? Are they looking to give up Vassell? I don't want to give up Vassell either, but if push comes to shove on Castle or Vassell, I would have to vote for Vassell. But let me know what y'all think. I'm actually here to ask y'all, drop y'all's mock trades down below in the comments section so I could kind of get an idea of what y'all are thinking, because right now I have no idea. Now shout out to Legion Hoops for this post. De'Aaron Fox reportedly prefers to join Victor Wembanyama on the Spurs. An upcoming free agent in 2026 could force his way to San Antonio. Now this is huge, and I don't know who James Ham is, but we also got this confirmed by Shams. Shams said that Rich Paul wouldn't confirm whether his team is the Spurs or not, but with all the context clues, all the signs are pointing to the San Antonio Spurs. And Fox wanting to come to San Antonio is actually huge because this gives the Spurs leverage. Now this is where I'm kind of wondering what the Spurs are willing to give up, because if you know Fox wants to be a Spur anyways, do you still go all out? Now Fox is refusing to sign an extension with a team that he doesn't approve of, so that eliminates a good majority of the league, but we do know that the Spurs are a team that he is willing to sign with for the long term. Again, there has been some controversy on Spurs Twitter. Do the Spurs make a move for De'Aaron Fox? Me personally, I believe if the price is right, this is a no-brainer. You got to go out there and get De'Aaron Fox. I believe in the Spurs front office. I don't think they would accept a trade that they are not going to win, but there are some players that I just don't want to give up. For sure Castle, for sure Sohan, and for sure Wemby, obviously. Vassell I would prefer to keep, but if we were to give up Vassell, I believe it would lower the amount of picks we have to give up tremendously. So I don't know. It's kind of a tricky situation. Like I said, y'all leave y'all's untouchables down below. Leave y'all's trade packages down below so we can go over them together. And I'm truly interested to see what y'all have to say about this. Now, speaking about the player, De'Aaron Fox, I think this is a no-brainer, a good fit. I've started to lean towards more of De'Aaron Fox being a better fit than Trae Young. I know that is something I mentioned a couple videos ago, or a while back actually. I was actually watching a Hawks game recently. Trae Young, man, it looked rough. De'Aaron Fox hasn't been looking too good himself. I know he did go to the cold stretch even though the Kings were winning, but I have no doubt in his ability. So just some things I want to point out to y'all. Taking a look at his scoring splits. Now this is what really confirmed my thinking on the Spurs should make this trade. He's going to be a good fit. First, I want to mention his 3-point field goal makes assisted compared to unassisted. As you can see, he doesn't take as many unassisted 3-pointers compared to assisted, and this is big because the Spurs have never really been an ISO heavy team where you're just dribbling the air out the ball, chucking up a 3. That's something Pop would not like, and so the fact that a majority of his 3-point makes are unassisted confirms my thoughts that he is a good off-ball player. He doesn't always have to have the ball in his hands, and this is good because you know the offense is ran through Wemby. You're not going to want to take away from that if we get De'Aaron Fox, and because of this stat, I think he will be okay. Another thing, he likes to get into the paint, and right now that is something the Spurs do not have. I know that is one of my frustrations with Devin Vassell, is attacking downhill and getting into the paint. We wouldn't have that problem with De'Aaron Fox, and about half of his shots come from in the paint. And looking at the Spurs points in the paint, the Spurs only have 41% of their shots coming from the paint, which is basically the same as the Sacramento Kings, which which is pretty funny. But they are 20th in the league in points in the paint, and that is something I think could open up the game for Wemby. More drives and kicks leading to more threes. I think that could be a benefit of getting De'Aaron Fox. He would obviously open up the game for Wemby being an All-NBA caliber player, but points in the paint is for sure something I could see De'Aaron Fox helping the Spurs in. Also like that a majority of his buckets are two-pointers, about 70% are two compared to the 30% of three-pointers. You have an inside guard really getting downhill, and then you have Wemby spacing out the court, which drags the big man out of the paint. And I think if you take the opposing big man out of the paint guarding Wemby, that'll just have De'Aaron Fox eating all day, every day. We all know he can get buckets. He's averaging 25 points per game, 6.2 assists, and 5 rebounds. So he can really do everything on the court. A good, solid rebounder, which you can always use a couple of those. Can dish dimes. We don't have a set point guard of the future, and so I think although De'Aaron Fox is 27, I think he will last until he's about like 35, being pretty elite. I also don't mind De'Aaron Fox being 27 because Wemby is so good. I didn't expect Wemby to be this good this fast, and so if you pair him with somebody who's already in their prime right now, Wemby is already a top 10 player in the league and he's only 21. I think that Wemby speeds up the timeline so that De'Aaron Fox could fit and be a part of this team. So let me know what y'all think. Do y'all want to trade for De'Aaron Fox? Do y'all want to just keep the team how it is right now? What would y'all give up? Drop y'all's mock trades down below in the comments section. I'm going to be looking through those and letting y'all know if I like them or not. But other than that, it's been your boy Chris. And until next time, I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.